On a battlefield of gods and monsters, the final lines have been drawn. While Ragna and Kamui's cosmic duel tears the sky apart, a far more strategic battle is unfolding in the shadows, a fight that will decide the fate of everyone. Scene: quick cuts of Ragna versus Kamui. Then the Silverware Corps versus the Berserker Dragon. Narrator: let's start with the ground war, where the Silverware Corps are facing the monstrous Berserker Dragon. With the princess gone, you'd think the dragon would be weaker. You'd be wrong. Freed from her control, its power has skyrocketed. The old general is barely holding his own in a one-on-one clash, and the poison gas that should have stopped the beast is being completely neutralized by the Fox Mage, who is busy absorbing all of it. Narrator: the tide of the battle turns in an instant. A silver arm, crafted by the late princess, suddenly shatters and fails. Everyone knows what this means. The last remnants of her power are fading from this world. Seizing this moment, the Berserker Dragon makes a final, desperate gambit. With nothing left to lose, it unleashes a 300% Berserk transformation upon itself. To save the young soldier, Xiao Hei, the old general leaps in front of a fatal blow, dying instantly. Just as this happens, we cut back to Ragna, who is blasted out of the sky by Kamui, crashing hard into the ground below. Kamui strikes a pose, preparing to unleash a final, devastating energy wave. But seeing the general's sacrifice, Ragna is filled with a new rage. He explodes upward, his right arm transforming into a massive silver sword, ready to tear Kamui's ultimate attack, and the very heavens apart. In a flash, their battle is so intense it blasts them out of the planet's atmosphere and into the cold darkness of space. But what about Fei Hong, the mastermind behind this whole operation? He has finally cornered the enemy king, Marcia, in a separate dimension. This is the real final battle. As they face off, Marcia is haunted by the last words of the princess. We get a flashback. The princess, who was born with a frail body but a mind of immense power, had the ability to destroy anyone with a single thought. She chose not to because she craved acceptance. But her true desire was to stand above all others, a dream that was cut short. Back in the present, Fei Hong reveals his trump card. As the former Winged King, he also possesses reality-warping magic. He seizes control of the dimension, locking it down so only those with the Winged King qualification can enter. He then accelerates time inside to 3 times the normal speed. Now, no one can interfere, and whatever happens here won't affect the battle outside until it's too late. Fei Hong then has a moment of intense self-doubt, debating the massive risk he's taking. Was betting everything on a mere human like Ragna the right choice? He made the terrifying decision to reclaim his dragon heart, but in doing so, he only recovered less than 10% of his true power. Was it worth it? Narrator: the answer is yes. He knew that his immortal, heartless body could never truly kill a dragon king like Marcia. To kill a god, you need the power of a god, even a fraction of it. And Fei Hong believes that even with this small piece of his former strength, he is more than enough to defeat a rookie dragon king like Marcia. His confidence restored, Fei Hong reveals his true Dragon King form. The two kings clash. Fei Hong fires a special bullet, one that disrupts the flow of blood and prevents the target from using magic. Marcia scoffs that it won't work on him. Narrator: but Fei Hong knows this is a bluff. The bullet is designed to work on his own Winged King physiology, so it's guaranteed to work on Marcia too. He has 12 shots. All he needs is for one to hit Marcia's heart, and the war is over. Narrator: he fires a solar flashbang to blind Marcia and shoots again, accelerating the bullet 10 times. But he misses. This near-death experience, the sheer terror of the moment, does the unthinkable. It fully awakens Marcia's dormant power. As Marcia's strength explodes, the dimensional barrier he was unconsciously maintaining outside shatters. Narrator: the sun suddenly rises on the battlefield. For the high-ranking dragons, this is a death sentence. They have only minutes before the sunlight kills them. But for the Berserker Dragon, it's a liberation. With no master and no future, all that's left is pure, unrestrained destruction until its last breath. Narrator: and what about the young hero, Xiao Hei? He looks at his severed arm, not with despair, but with a terrifying new resolve. He was told he had the most talent, and he refuses to go down in disgrace. In this final moment, he is ready to sacrifice everything to reach a power beyond the heavens, even if it costs him his life. With every hero pushed to their absolute limit and villains getting even stronger, the battlefield has descended into pure madness. Who will be left standing when the sun finally sets? The last battle left the world shaken, but it also unearthed a terrifying secret, a truth so profound it changes the very nature of the war. The high-ranking dragons are human. This bombshell revelation has everyone on edge. Inside the royal capital, where the silverware princess has set up a massive defensive silver chi cage, the strategic debate is raging. The glasses-wearing strategist is still reeling from Fei Hong's claims. Slaying 3 high-ranking dragons and fighting a winged king to a standstill? It seems impossible. Narrator. But the princess knows better. She understands that Fei Hong weaves truth and lies together. The key is to focus on what matters, and right now, one horrifying fact cannot be ignored. The dragons they are fighting were once human. They were famous dancers and warriors who gained their monstrous power from the blood of a dragon king. This doesn't make them alien monsters to be slaughtered. It makes them fallen humans. And for the princess, this only strengthens her resolve. The only way to survive is to eliminate them completely. In another room, Fei Hong is reluctantly teaching the humans how to set up magic formations. He's annoyed, but agrees to answer a critical question. Why can't Ragna just unleash his full power? First, Fei Hong asks Ragna a question of his own. If you face the Thunderclaw dragon right now, could you win? Ragna admits with frustration that he can't. The Thunderclaw dragon is a special case, a being who, like Ragna, has broken through the normal limits of power. Worse, after Marcia's near-death experience, Thunderclaw will now be guarding him 24/7. So what's the catch? If Ragna reveals his Silver Chi battle style, the Berserker Dragon will immediately call for Thunderclaw as backup. They would be facing 2 unstoppable monsters at once, guaranteeing their defeat. This reveals a deep split in their goals. Ragna wants to save everyone. Fei Hong's plan is colder and more logical. If the situation gets too dangerous, he will grab Ragna and abandon everyone else to die. Speaking of characters, the twin maids return the slime to Ragna. The little guy's pride as a supreme being has been utterly shattered after his interrogation with the twins. He's too ashamed to even face Fei Hong, but just as Ragna tries to comfort him, Fei Hong appears, grabs the slime, and unceremoniously smashes it into the ground. And just like that, the slime is back to his cheerful, arrogant self. It turns out, a good hard shock is all it takes to make him forget any traumatic memories. Problem solved. Later, the silverware princess approaches Ragna in private. She reveals her grim plan for the future. Even if they win this battle, her kingdom is finished. She can't support thousands of refugees in a foreign land. Her only option is to join the Sun Cult, a powerful religious nation that dares to oppose the dragons. She will offer them Ragna, the famous dragon slayer, in exchange for sanctuary for her people. But this plan comes with a dark premonition. The princess confesses that ever since the war began, she's had a powerful intuition that she is going to die in this fight. She asks Ragna that if she falls, he must take her place and lead the survivors to the Sun Cult. Narrator. Ragna immediately refuses. He despises the Sun Cult and tells her if anyone is going to join them, it should be her. He can't understand why she's talking like her death is already a certainty. The princess explains that her intuition is the very source of her power and success, and it has never been wrong. Seeing his refusal, her vulnerability vanishes, replaced by the cold mask of a commander. She reminds Ragna that he agreed to be her tool. For this one battle, he is not her ally. He is her subordinate. If he will not obey, he is useless to her. Ragna is stunned. Not by her harsh words, but by her incredible strength. The future version of himself was always willing to fight and die without a second thought. But this girl, the princess, is fighting for a future she doesn't even believe she'll be in. Her resolve inspires him. He wants to see the future she is fighting for. And in that moment, he decides to shatter the future he knows. Ragna unleashes all of his remaining silver chi, pouring the immense energy into 3 of the princess's swords. He makes a vow, "I will not let you die here." He declares that with these blades, the thousands of dragons and their 2 monstrous generals are nothing. Overwhelmed by the sheer power and the intensity of his promise, the princess gets completely flustered and runs away. She can't believe the true extent of his abilities. The swords she gave him, which she was so proud of, now feel like cheap toys. But his vow gives her a new, powerful reason to live, to grow stronger and become worthy of his power. Meanwhile, the enemy is making its move. The main body of the myriad dragons begins to regenerate, fueled by the blood of countless victims flooding the capital. The dragon is a survivor of a past age, one who saw his entire clan destroyed by a previous winged king. His only wish now is to see his new king, Marcia, succeed. He offers his own life as the ultimate sacrifice to bring victory. As the last rays of sunlight disappear, the attack begins. The rampage dragon descends from the sky like a meteor, aiming to completely obliterate the human base in a single strike. But Fei Hong is calm, his preparations already in place. The berserker dragon is shocked. The attack was supposed to hit. The rampage dragon confirms that they were intercepted. Narrator. But he says the one who stopped the blow wasn't the Reaper, Ragna. It was another, unknown power, one that can release a torrent of silver chi just as strong as his. A new player has entered the game. With the dragons throwing everything they have at the base and a mysterious new defender on the field, the final battle has truly begun.